Hey everyone, hope all is well. So, hoping not, but this happened. So, what if it's you? So, you just got fired. Sorry to hear it. But it's time to CTF. Certify the firing and fast. Yep, CTF. So, this happened to a friend of mine, and I'd actually heard about it happened to another friend. And along with my friend, this seems to be a trend. So here's the deal. Certify the firing. A friend of mine worked for this company, and they call and say, hey, today's your last day. You can go ahead and, you can go ahead and leave now, what have you. The person then goes to file for unemployment. Denied. Why is it denied? You just walked off the job is what they're reporting. That isn't true. And in most cases, it seems from what I understand, the unemployment office, they take the word of the company unless you have some concrete evidence. Now, another friend of mine, I said, hey, I work for that company. I said, I remember. I said, so listen, did you certify the firing like I told you? Did you send the email? No, I didn't. So I spoke with a group of mine. I said, hey, I said at the time, when you're working for this company, you need to make sure if someone, unless they send you an email, if it's verbal, certify the firing. If they say today's your last day, I don't care if you're even at home, but if you're in the office, certify the firing. What I mean by that, unless you have a separation letter, I mean what you should do once somebody tells you that you're fired. And I'm telling you, this has happened to people I know, degreed, non-degreed, business-wise, making nice money. Once this happens, what you need to do is this, because it happened to me a while ago. It's been quite some years. Well, a person says to you, okay, this project is over, or the job is over, we're having cutback, today's your last day, and you're going to leave now, leave at the end of the day, whatever the deal is. Once that happens, send the email. Dear so-and-so, as I understand it, I've been instructed that today is my last day. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It has been a pleasure. I don't care if you hate so-and-so, don't like so-and-so. What you're doing, you're protecting yourself. Send an email, blind carbon copy yourself on that email. Take a darn picture on that email. Certify the firing. Put it in writing. Not next week, no, the day of. Use your phone. Send a text message. Just want to confirm for our conversation. Today is my last day. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate working here, and it's been a great experience. Stay positive, okay? You may not even like the job or the person or the company, doesn't matter. What you are doing is certifying the firing, and you have that copy for you. Because guess what happened? A friend of mine and some other people had worked for a company, did the same thing. Don't forget, people that have money, they get it. Long live the money. The money cannot live long if every time we look up, it's going out. Certify the firing. That way you have something in writing that said, oh yeah, guess what? They did fire me. As a matter of fact, I sent this email just thanking them for the opportunity. Oh, okay, this email was sent to this person. Certify the firing, something in writing. Because guess what happened? This same one company, they had a group of people that were working there. They fired them all in at one day in a certain department. Let them go. The people went to file for unemployment, and guess what happened? The company said that everybody just walked off the job on one day, just lied. That way, so they're trying not to pay unemployment. And the people, as I understand, there's like an appeal process for the unemployment. Keep in mind, this unemployment money, they're not, unless you've got like the stimulus or something, where they were paying the additional monies a while ago. This is your money. They're not giving you jack. This is your tax dollars. They take this money out of your paycheck, okay, for unemployment. So this company lied, and I believe they lied. I'm like, no, I know these people, no way. So this is how we confirmed the lie. So the company lied and said, hey, all these people just walked off the job so they wouldn't have to pay the unemployment. Then once the unemployment was denied, the people had to go through the appeal process. Guess what happened then? They then said, well, we don't have any record of you paying any, what do you call this? Paying any taxes for the unemployment. So after all the people caused a big hullabaloo, they had to actually send in, and a friend of mine was telling me about it. I was totally shocked. They had to actually send in copies of their paycheck stubs. This company was still lying and saying, First they said everybody just quit. Then they said, oh yeah, you know, that there, yeah, we didn't have the person working at this time. So they tried to then play a little joke with the games. It was crazy. The people had to then send in their copies of their paycheck stubs. And you want to know what was determined? Again, long live the money. Rich people get mighty funny, and these people are rich that own this company. You know what happened? There's, as I understand, they were supposed to turn in the taxes that they take out of your check for unemployment to pay those, I guess, into the state at a certain time. Guess what they were doing? On some quarters, they were not even paying those taxes. So I'm like, whoa. The taxes came out of your checks of the staff, out of their checks, but why didn't the company pay the staff, pay the state? I said, I think it's all by design. That's why they went ahead and fired everybody and just said everybody in that department. They said, hey, these people, they all just walked off the job. They didn't want to pay the unemployment money because they didn't pay it in. And what happened, they ended up getting unemployment, but it was a long process. People had to show they had no, it's like, hey, there's nothing even listed here for you. It didn't make any sense. It was like, first it was one thing, they all quit the job, then it was the second thing, and you got to prove that you work there. So I said, if the company didn't pay those taxes in on those individuals, that makes sense why they would want to just lie and say it's word versus word that everyone quit the job. That way, the question is, if the company didn't pay the tax into to the state, and if they made a mistake and, oops, we forgot, we're going to pay late. Sounds like to me maybe the company was trying to keep the money. Maybe, you think? So yeah. And I told my friend, one of my friends didn't do it. I'm like, did you send that email like I told you? I said, I told you how they can get down. No, I didn't. So then the person got on the phone. It's like, you know, this is untrue. And called to, like, you know, the top head and said, hey, this is unbelievable. This is not true. So why am I telling you? I want everyone to do well. Life is getting very scary. It's going to get scarier with all the homelessness and the inflation, and it's with the Ukraine and with Biden. It's just, the world is just not a friendly place. It's going to get harder, very hard. One of my portfolios is looking kind of hard, but hey, I'm fine. You know, it happens. I'm a long-term investor. But just imagine, what if a person, you need your money, that unemployment check, you know, and they're playing this kind of game? You could end up on the street or behind on your mortgage, on your rent, your car payment, your insurance, everything. So these companies are not playing any games with you. They do not care. They are not playing any games. If they can screw you out of some money, they will. So I'm telling you, I don't care if you're out. You say, well, I work here. Get on your phone. Who do you have in HR department? Certify the firing. So that way, if they can lie and say, oh, this didn't happen, and see, I'm a person, I like attention to detail. So I can tell you this happened to me a long time ago. And I had like my own office, but I do other little things. So I remember, I never forget that. And what I did, man, I had my phone. And I remember sending a message through my email through my phone. So when someone says, oh, no. So when my friends told me about this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this is round two. Are you kidding me? And companies are like this. It's just like people, what they're around. You adapt. It's just like you might find a dust bucket that'll do something. Another dust bucket may hear it and do the same thing. People in business, they found out that some companies doing something, it may be financially advantageous to them. You think they're not going to try to do the same thing? Look at all these landlords raising the rent up. Unbelievable. 500, 600 a month. All it takes is one, then the word catches on. Uh-oh, apartments. Uh-oh, Section 8 people. Uh-oh, people renting homes, townhomes. Rent, rent, rent. Word gets around. I can kick them out and give me some more money. Yay! They're gonna do it. So this company did it. Another company. We have to think ahead of time. We gotta think. Life is not a joke. To survive, it's not a joke. It's not easy. It's just not. So if you get fired, which I'm hoping not, and someone just told you verbally, go ahead and send an email. Maybe you can't stand the guts. Who cares? You're just trying to cover yourself. Please certify the firing. Send an email to whomever the person that fired you. Give a name and just come. I don't care if it's BS. Maybe it's true you love working there and that's just simply great. But even if you don't, you want to make sure the email is positive. Listen, for our conversation today, I'm just surprised to hear that, the company is laying me off, or, today is my last day. But this here, I just want to say thank you. I've learned a lot, blah, 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 blah. You have one end goal, and that's to get that check. So yeah, you get fired. They just tell you that verbally, that's fine. Certify it. Send an email, send a text, something tangible. Blind carbon copy yourself on that email. So if they try to say, oh no, you just quit the job, that way the company won't have to pay the unemployment taxes. You need something tangible, something in your hand to refute it. But just saying that isn't true. I didn't quit my job. They fired me. It's not going to work, baby. It's not going to work. So yeah, you just got fired. CTF, certify the firing. It could mean a difference than you getting a check, or a difference than you getting no check. I'm out.